So welcome everyone to this empowerment yoga session brought to you by Cybex. I'm so happy and thankful that I was able to show up here and practice with you. And yes, we had different sessions so far today, and I'm really excited about this one, focusing on inner strength. My name is Melissa Schuler. I am based here in Hamburg, Germany. Before I was in Munich, just recently moved here, and I have a 3.5-year-old and a 10-month-old baby. So I'm a mom, and I love Cybex products. So yes, I was a no-brainer to say yes to this partnership. Yes, so today we are going to be focusing on balancing this energy that we have inside, also with some grounding. And the idea is that we focus on our power center, right? So for this inner strength, we want to focus on the core and also on grounding poses so that we can feel more in our body and confident and more at ease and just kind of, yeah, reclaim our space in this world. Before I begin with the official session, I just want to make sure that I know a little bit about you. So there is a Q&A box that should be there for you. So if you are pregnant or postpartum, please let me know. This is ideally a class meant for postpartum and all levels. But if you are pregnant, do let me know, or if you are early postpartum, so that I know that I need to mention some modifications for that specific stage. Otherwise, let me know how you're feeling. Are you feeling like, yay, let's do this? Or are you like, I don't know, maybe you can send me a little emoji so that I know how you all feeling. Oh yeah, good. I even got some like, yay. Cool. Okay. You're all feeling sparks and hearts, and I like that. Good. I see okay, I see one pregnant. Can you let me know your trimester, please? 1, 2, 3. Just so that I know. Are you able to? Let me see if I can just send you a okay, I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see another one postpartum. Okay, 10 weeks, 10 months. Okay, good. So if you're that early postpartum, then just listen to your body. You don't want to overdo it. You still have that relaxing in your system, which means that your joints are still very loose. Same for pregnancy. I see, okay, 6 months postpartum. All right. So yeah, I would say up until the first year, you are still, especially if you're breastfeeding, you are still having a lot of relaxing still in your body. So just take it easy and always listen to your body. This goes to everyone here. And for the pregnant lady, just due to data protection policies, I'm not allowed to say your name, but I see you. Yes, so I will make sure to give modifications for you. All right, so then let's begin. I'm going to come to the mat. Make sure you have some water, some blocks or props, thick books, and let's have a seat. You can elevate your hips like I will now, or just sit on the floor or blanket, cushion, whatever you have at hand. And to get this confidence and this vitality within us, this inner strength going, we're going to start with some pranayama, some breath work. If you experience high blood pressure, I would recommend you don't follow along and just take deep breaths instead. We're going to do breath of fire, or in Sanskrit called Kapalabhati. And it's okay for postpartum women. If you're pregnant, please don't do this one instead. Just do deep breaths because we're going to be working with the core and that might bother your baby. So then let's begin. So before we start, just close your eyes. If that feels good for you, you can also just look into a fixed point on the ground and just take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, let it out. Let go of any to-do lists, whatever you have going the rest of your day, just let it go. Deep inhale. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale, bring your shoulders towards your ears. And then bring them back and down, roll them back and down. Inhale. One more time. Good. And then just bring your breath back to normal, just your natural breath, and just notice how you're breathing. Just be aware of your breath right now. Notice how your chest is expanding with every inhale and how it's contracting with every exhale. And now we are going to notice our breath as we take a deep, deep inhale and exhale it forcefully. And as you exhale, you're going to engage your core. So we're going to do the breath of fire. It's like this. So you take a deep inhale first, and then you exhale forcefully. And then naturally you will inhale, I would say like 1/4 of what your normal capacity would be. So inhaling. So you can join me now. Let's try that together. Deep inhale. Exhale forcefully, and then engage the core. And then automatically you should start doing this on its own. I'm gonna lift my shirt so you see. And you can go as fast or as slow as you feel it's comfortable for you. Right. And just bring your breath back to normal. And we did this through the mouth. Now we're going to do it through the nose. So we're going to inhale and exhale through the nose. And this will feel actually better when it comes to the mental clarity. So let's try that together. Inhale through the nose and then exhale through the nose. Might feel funny. Just keep going. You feel your core engaging. And you might start feeling that it feels sore. Just keep going. If you feel lightheaded, then stop and return your breath back to natural. Ten more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale. Hold it for 1 second. And exhale. Return your breath back to normal. And notice already if you feel like your nostrils are a little bit clearer. And we're going to try that one more time. Okay, let's try that one more time. Deep inhale, exhaling through the nose. Ten more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, holding. And release and let it go. So this is a great breathing practice that you can try whenever you're feeling a little down, like you need a little pickup. This is great to just give you a little bit more energy. Good. And just return your breath back to normal and start deepening the breath little by little. So deeper inhales, deeper exhales. You can exhale through the mouth. And if you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, you can already start practicing that. If you don't know what that is, it's called also ocean's breath. And you're imagining that you're fogging up a glass. But you're going to do that with your mouth closed. So you feel that constraining in the throat area. And this breath practice just grounds you more, makes you a little bit more focused on the present moment. Makes you feel more stable. And you're welcome to use this Ujjayi breath throughout the whole practice as we continue. So with that energy in mind, let's come to child's pose. And I feel like, what? Now child's pose? I want to get going. Come and just ground ourselves. Keeping that Ujjayi breath, that ocean breath. Release your forehead on the mat, not the math. Don't do math right now. And just, you might feel like you have more mental clarity, but maybe you're still scattered. Maybe you're still somewhere else. So just bring those scattered pieces of you back to you. Bring yourself here. And when you inhale, notice how your back is expanding, your sides. Imagine you have wings, and every time you inhale, they're expanding, they're opening. And every time you exhale, they come back down. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And one more. Just gonna check the Q&A, see if a question popped up here. Okay. Good. Keep breathing here, and then come into all fours on your next inhale. Let's do a couple of cat-cows, just warming up the spine. Inhaling, opening up the chest, looking upward. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the tailbone under, chin to chest. Push the mat away from you. Inhale, open up. And exhale, rounding. Two more like this. Good. And bring your right arm up, open up, and then exhale, thread your right arm under the left, and bring your ear on the mat. Show you from the other side. And you can take your left arm and overhead, or you can also take it behind you. So you cross over and maybe grab your right thigh if that is available to you today. Otherwise, just keep it here, here. Breathing deeply. Stay here. I'm gonna turn on my other light so that it's a little bit brighter. There you go. Light. Okay. Breathe here. Good. Come back to center. Do a couple of hip circles here. Coming to stillness and opening up. And then exhale, thread. Knee, ear to mat. And take that variation that worked for you also on this side. Good. And coming back to center, a couple of hip circles again. And then come into downward facing dog. So tucking toes under, lifting hips up. And you're just walking your dog, bending one knee and then the other. Breathing here. And start walking your feet towards your hands. So you come into ragdoll and you just let go of whatever is going on that doesn't serve you right now, that you don't need. Just let it go. Imagine it's just falling off your head and you're just letting it go. Nothing that doesn't serve you right now belongs in your head right now. You can pick it up later. Good. Take your hands and bring them under your feet. So you come into a little gorilla pose. And if you're pregnant and you feel like this is too much, you can just stay here with your hands on the floor. Otherwise, bring them under your feet. And then just do little circles with your toes so you massage your wrists. Good. And then taking it easy, come up slowly. Maybe you sway from side to side until you come into Tadasana mountain pose. Head is the last thing that comes up. And just notice how strong you're standing. You're rooted. All four corners of your feet are grounded on the mat. Palms are facing forward. Your pelvis is slightly tucked under, so your core is also slightly engaged. You're here standing strong. Crown of the head is lifted and high. Good. And let's flow. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. If you're pregnant, make sure to give enough space to your baby here by opening up your stance. Here, bring your knees to the ground. And if you are pregnant, just do a little push-up. Otherwise, knees, chest, chin. And then come into a cobra. Exhale. And come into child's pose, elevated child's pose, and then downward facing dog. And breathe here. 2 deep breaths. Your next inhale, look forward and step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, hands on shins. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up, all the way, hands up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. And so let's try that again together, maybe a little faster. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands on the mat. Step. If you want to go all the way to chaturanga, plank chaturanga, go ahead. Otherwise, follow me, knees, chest, chin. Or if you're pregnant, just do the chaturanga, push up, and then come into elevated child's pose and down dog. Meet me at cobra. Exhale, elevated child's pose, or you can go straight to down dog. So just notice your energy level. I'm giving you different options and you choose whatever works for you today. Good. Breathing here. Here, making sure that our fingers are widespread. It doesn't matter where your heels land. What matters is just that your hips are lifted and that you're pushing away from the mat, shoulders away from the ears. Look forward and step towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands up around the heart. Again, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come down. Hands on the mat. Your option. You can do full chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, elevated child's pose or straight to down dog. Breathing here one more time. On your next inhale, bring your right leg up. Exhale, step it between your hands and come up into high lunge. And here in high lunge, you want to make sure that your back heel is lifted and that your pelvis is facing downward. So you're engaging your core and imagine that you're bringing the right hip backward and the left hip forward. So you create this opposite forces and this should give you more stability. Inhale, bring your arms up and then exhale. You're going to exhale through the mouth and really let that fire come out. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Maybe you want to let out any anger, any frustration. This is your chance. One more time. Good. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, come into warrior two. So you're going to open up the back foot so that it's parallel to the short edge of the mat and knee above the heel. Bring your arms parallel to the mat. Looking towards your right middle finger. Flip the palms up so that you get a nice opening of the chest and then bring them back down. And make sure that you can see your toe. So the knee should be shifting a little bit more towards the pinky toe. Stay here nice and strong. I love this pose because it brings strength, it brings stability. It also reminds you of setting boundaries, but also staying open. So you can imagine that you're saying here no, but you can also say yes. You know what I mean? So flipping the right palm up. Inhale, warrior. Reverse warrior, I mean. Exhale, side angle, bringing your elbow to the thigh and the left arm overhead. Open up towards the sky. Inhale, reverse again. And come back to warrior two. Lengthen the front leg. Breathe here and prepare for triangle. Here, if you have props, if you have blocks, you can go ahead and take that. And you bring it to the inside of your right heel. And you're going to shift forward until you can't anymore. And then you bring your hand down while the other arm lifts up towards the sky. And your head can go, you can face down or upward or wherever your neck feels better. And breathe here. Feeling the stretching on the inner thigh. Open up. So maybe you come a little bit backwards, like you're maybe on the upper back, trying to arch the back a little bit, but you keep your core engaged. Good. And bending the front knee, come back to warrior two. And you can do a vinyasa if you're like, oh, I got this fire, if you know what the vinyasa is. Otherwise, just come and meet me on the other side. So we did the high lunge on the right leg. So now we switch to the left. And find that stance where you feel grounded and stable. Remember that opposite force activation. And when you're ready, inhale, bring your arms up. And then exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. And you're really activating the arms as well as you come down. Making fists, really strong fists. Two more. Strong. You are strong. And come into warrior two. Now on the left side. Breathing here, looking towards your left middle finger. Find that alignment where you can see your toe. And remember how strong you are. Take up space. Good. Flipping the left palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, come up. Reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Feel how strong your legs are. If at any point you need to take a break, please go ahead. You can always take a child's pose. Lengthen the front leg and prepare for triangle. Find your props if you need them. Bringing that left hand down while you lift the right one. And you can look up or down or forward. Breathe. Open up. Imagine that you're squeezed between two walls or two mirrors. So you're aligned from head to hip bone. Breathing. Subtle smile on your face. Good. Look down, bend that knee, come back to warrior two. And come back down. Hands on the mat. Release that block if you had it with you. And take a little vinyasa. So knees, chest, chin, or full chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And exhale. Come into either a child's pose to relax, or you can go into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. One more. Good. Start walking towards the center of the mat, hands and feet. Maybe you want to sway here a little bit, just wiggle it out and start coming up into mountain pose once more. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. And just notice how you're feeling. Notice any sensations. No judgment, just acknowledge them for what they are. And let's come into tree pose. So finding a drishti, a point of focus on the floor or in front of you, wherever you find it, shift your weight towards the left side and start. You have here different options. So if you are pregnant and you feel like, oh, I'm too wobbly, you can hold on to a wall or a chair. Otherwise, you can also just bring your foot to the lower part of your leg. If you're like, I got this, I can do it, then just come to full tree pose like everyone else. And here your hands can either go here on the sides, they can go up, they can go in front of your heart. I find bringing the hands towards one another and really pressing them, just like I am pressing the sole of my foot against my inner thigh and my inner thigh against my foot, gives me more stability and more groundedness. So just breathe here and find that point of focus. I'm going to turn around so we can do the float. Don't fall off. If you did, then come up. Because we're going to stay here, nice and grounded and focused and strong like a tree. Nothing can move us. And then you're going to bring the knee forward, keeping it high. Bring it forward. Keep it there. Crown of the head is lifted. Core is engaged. And then you're going to start bringing that foot back. If you wobble, if you fall, that's okay. Just keep trying. So we come into warrior three. You can always hold on to a wall if you have that next to you. Using that trick with the hands might help you. Just come into full stillness. You got this. Breathing, using that ujjayi breath. Maybe you do a little micro bend on the right knee, on the left knee, sorry. And then start bringing that foot down slowly, slowly, with control, with control, with control, with control, with control, and release. And let it go. Shake it out. Good. Come back to center. Shift now your weight to the opposite side. And when you're ready, take that same variation that you did for tree pose. And core is engaged. Take that arm variation that worked for you. And just breathe here. Subtle smile on your face. No need to tense up. And gently bring that knee forward, slowly. And there's always one side that's a little bit more wobbly than the other. In this case, for me, it's the left side, which in your case would be the right. And you just focus, focus, bring that leg back, using that core, using that breath. Breathe here. Maybe flex that foot toes pointed down. And breathe here one more time. Oop, I'm losing it. See, yeah, left side is my wobbly side. And then gently bring it down, bring it down. Ooh, and let it go. Good. Let's come into chair pose. If you got that block, you can use it now. Squeeze it on the short side. It will just bring you more stability and you get to work your inner thighs. Why not? So inhale, bring your arms up. If this is like, oh, I don't like it, then just bring your hands in front of you. You can also bring them back, palms facing down. And you see I'm doing like mini jumps. You can do that. I'm just squeezing my glutes while I'm doing this. And breathing. This is you. This is your inner strength. Sitting on that imaginary chair. You got this. Breathe. One more breath. And release. Fold forward. Release that block. And if you like, you can do a vinyasa. Otherwise, just come into child's pose. And just notice where you are. No judgment. Breathing here, taking a little break. If you need to drink water, please, you're welcome to do it. Just activating our inner fire here. Good. And meet me on forearm plank. So first, let's come to our belly. If you're pregnant, you can just stay here on all fours with your forearms on the ground if that's available for you. Otherwise, then just come to all fours. But I think it should be doable in pregnancy if I remember from 10 months ago. So here in forearm, you can take the full variation of plank. So lifting the knees up and you're engaging your core. So bring that belly button towards the spine and you're gathering up everything from the pelvic floor all the way to the top of the ab area. And you're breathing here. If this is too much, then just bring your knees down and then just shift your hips a little bit forward so that you notice the engagement. If you're very early postpartum and this is too much, then just come here and stay on Sphinx pose. So choose a variation that works for you today. And wherever you are, it's fine. You showed up and that's all that matters. And breathe here. If you are in forearm plank, you can also play with little knee drops. One more breath here. And release. And come to lie on your side. And we're gonna do different variations of side plank. So you can do the easy version or lighter version with the if you are lying on your left side, then it's the right foot that's in front of you. And you can lift up. You can also keep your knee down like this, your knees on top of each other, and then you just lift. Or you can do this variation, or you can do the full side plank. You can keep your hand on the hips, or you can lift it up. Just breathe here. You got this. You're so strong. and release. Oh. Inhale, get ready. Come up. Maybe the arm goes overhead. One more breath. And release. Oh. Should we do it one more time? Yeah, let's do it one more time. Inhale. Mm. Breathe. This is a great way to work on your core if you're pregnant with side planks, by the way. All right, come down and let's switch sides. And taking the variation that you used on the other side, when you're ready, inhale, lift those hips, engage that core, arm up or overhead. I'm gonna try all. Ooh. It's my third class today and I'm feeling it. Release. And let's try that again. Inhale. And then you can do little arm swings like I am. That just gives the core a little extra kick. Oh man, it hurts. Just focus on your breath. And come down. And one last time. And release. Ooh. Come back up. Sit and do a little side stretch here. Other side. I'm just sitting on my heels and then bringing my hips down so that I get a little extra stretch, but feel free to do the side stretch however it feels better for you. Just releasing those areas. So as you noticed, we moved into a more of a core sequence. And come and bring your hands behind you. If you are recently postpartum, this might be enough. If you are just bringing the tiptoes, you tiptoe on the mat and you recline back. And this might already feel like you're already working on your core. So you can stay here. If you are pregnant, just see how that feels for you. We also don't want to overstrain our core in this way. So just see what feels good for you there. And if you like, you can also bring one foot up, maybe the other one. If you are here, maybe you want to let go of your hands and just grab the knees. Looking up, imagine that string pulling you upward while you're rooted down from the sits bones. Core is obviously engaged. And you can stay here. You can play with the tiptoes if you're recently postpartum. If you are way over and you don't have diastasis recti, then you can go ahead and take the full variation, which I'm super, super wobbly now because I've done a lot today. Whew. So see what works for you today. Breathe. One more breath. And then exhale. You can curl up into a ball here. Just tuck your chin under, hug your knees. Releasing the lower back. And shifting toward your side, you're going to come down from your side and then roll back. So we come into bridge. Inhaling and bringing the hips up. Here in bridge, we want to make sure that we are not overarching the back. So we keep the pelvis relatively neutral. If not, then it's mostly tucked so that the pubis is facing towards our face. And so our ribs stay in. And you're digging your heels into the ground. You can take your hands underneath you, interlace the fingers, and get a little extra lift here. Notice how your glutes are engaged and just breathe here. One more breath. And let it go. Hug your knees. Maybe bring them towards the armpits. You can come back into bridge and try shoulder stand if you're advanced. Otherwise, just come with me to bridge and let's just do 3 dynamic lifts. 2 and 3, and let it go. Roll your back from side to side. Take happy baby if that's available for you. So you grab the outside edges of your feet. Your legs are bent at a 90-degree angle, and they're mostly coming towards your armpits, the knees. And you can roll from side to side, just releasing here. Hmm. Let it go. And take figure 4 stretch. Or if you like, you can also flip on your belly and try pigeon. So figure 4, if you're not familiar with it, I'll show you from this angle. You take the ankle above the opposite thigh. You bring your hands and thread them under that little triangle you made, and then you push the knee away with your elbow while you try to bring the other leg towards your face. And you should feel a nice stretch on the right hip if it's the right foot that's over the thigh. Otherwise, you can come and join me on pigeon. Here in pigeon, you bring your right knee towards your right hand and then release the opposite leg back. And you can stay here high, for example, if you're pregnant or you don't want to go all the way down, you can just stay here. It's a different kind of stretch. Breathe. And if you like, you can come down to your forearms. Or you can come down all the way so that your forehead is resting on your hands or on the floor. And we're going to stay here for a couple of, well, not a couple of minutes, maybe 1 minute. Breathing deeply. And if it feels really uncomfortable, just bring your breath into that area that feels uncomfortable. Imagine that your breath is cleansing any areas in your body that are tense. Negative feelings you got going. They're just being cleansed with your breath. Every time you exhale, you release them. One more breath here. Gently coming up. And bring your back leg forward. And let's do some windshield wipers. So just moving the knees from side to side, keeping the feet where they are. Good. And when you're ready, take pigeon or figure four on the other side. So knee behind left hand. And here, the closer that your ankle is towards your groin, the easier or less intense it might feel. So you choose how far you want to go. There you go. You should see it now. And you can stay here. If your hip doesn't touch the ground, you can always use something to support it, like a blanket or a cushion. If you want to come all the way down, you're welcome to do so. And just breathing it all out. Again, just managing the discomfort with your breath. Using that ocean's breath if you like, or you can exhale through the mouth. Just letting it go. One more breath. Come up, take your time. And bring that back leg forward. And come back on the floor using first your side and then rolling back. And taking a supine twist, so bringing your right leg towards your armpit and then taking it over across your body. If this is too constraining for maybe you have a C-section scar or your belly, you can always just bring the opposite leg a little bit further away from your belly area. Or you can take both knees and then just choose that level of twist that feels comfortable for you, and feel free to turn and look to the opposite side. We're just breathing here. One more breath. And then come back to center. You can do windshield wipers if that's something that your body's asking you to do, or you can move straight to the other side. Take the same variation that you took on the other side. And breathe deeply. And sink with every exhale a little deeper into the mat, into the pose. One more breath. And come back to center. Give yourself a big hug. Acknowledge yourself for showing up today, for working on your inner power, your core, where your energy center lies, and then just release into Shavasana. If you are pregnant or not, if you just want another option for relaxation, you can lie on your left side and then take a bolster in between, or a pillow or a rolled blanket in between your knees and your ankles. And just lie here, or you can come into Shavasana, corpse pose. Yeah, palms are facing up. Release the feet. They're facing outward now. And your chest is open. You can lift your head and tuck the chin slightly so that you lengthen your neck. And your shoulder blades are coming closer towards one another, so your collarbones are nice and open. And just let go here, release. Notice if there's any tension, anything that's still engaged, and just let it go, relax it. Relax your scalp, your forehead. Relax your jaw, your mouth, your tongue, your neck, your chest is relaxed, your shoulders. Relax your arms, your hands, your fingers. Your belly is relaxed. Relax your hips, your glutes, your legs, your feet and toes are relaxed. You're fully relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. There's nothing left for you to do now. Just focus on your breath. And if any thoughts come, just let them pass like clouds. And I will be quiet now for the next couple of minutes, few minutes, and bring you back when it's time. You're welcome to stay here a little bit longer. You can start wiggling your toes and fingers. Maybe take a full body stretch. And then flip towards your side into a fetal position. Notice how you're feeling compared to when you started this practice. And gently come up and to an easy seat. And bring your hands to just right below your rib cage into your solar plexus, and just feel your inner strength, your inner power. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge yourself for showing up today and being here, exploring what inner strength means to you. And bringing your palms to touch to your third eye center, your forehead. Bow to yourself, your one and only teacher. Namaste. I hope you enjoy this practice. I'm a little over time. So I hope everyone's doing good. And yeah, I see some of you. All right. Thank you for all the hearts. Yay. If you would like to keep practicing with me, you can follow me on Instagram. I also will link now in the chat before I forget the access to the replay, where I will also give you a free alignment guide, a 20-minute video where you can explore your posture and prevent any discomforts that you might have, especially if you're recently postpartum or if you're pregnant. I also include some discount codes that you can have access to for all of my offers and my upcoming retreats. So stay tuned with that. Thank you again to Cybix for allowing me to practice with you today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. See you soon. Have a nice day and a good night to me. Bye.